Hi everyone, I'm Ashley with Posh Crochet Patterns. Today's tutorial is this really pretty mandala pattern. This is designed for a bikini, or it could be used as a bra cup or even a bra cup for a summer top or a lingerie top, whichever you prefer. It's made with double crochets, also with granny stitches and V-stitches. It's more of a cross between a round circular and a triangular pattern. I designed it to have this flare out right here to go across the side for a tie, and then I designed this to go for the inside tie right here to connect to the other bra cup. And then this here, this is designed for the tie to go around the neck. I want to give you all a better look at this. This is the A cup. So today I will be teaching how to make this in the A cup size. Also, this pattern also works great for an extra small if you would like. We just need to use a smaller hook size if you would like a smaller size than a cup. But for this tutorial, I will be using cotton yarns. This kind of yarn right here is Peaches and Cream cotton yarn in white, but I have a really cool design in mind. My plan is to make this the cup for the left side and make another identical cup on the right side, but having color changes. And I know that 4th of July is over, but I have leftover yarn. I have red and blue and white yarn, and they're all three Peaches and Cream, but I can guarantee you this is going to look good. This is going to look better than good. This is going to look great. So just picture this cup all white. The next cup will have red for that flower pattern, and then 3 rows of white, or no, 2 rows of white and 3 rows of blue. And then on the side of the solid white pattern, I want to make the chain red and then the chain blue. And then on the other side, the one with the red, white, and blue, I want to use the white straps. I think that would look really, really neat. And I can't wait to teach you all this. This is going to look great. For the X small cup size, I would recommend using a 3.25 or a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook. And just follow along the exact stitch count and instructions. You can use that exact stitch count and instructions as long as you use a smaller hook size than a 4, then you will be able to make an extra small. But for the regular size A cup, we will be using a 4 millimeter crochet hook. Materials that you will need to complete this pattern is your yarn and your crochet hook and a pair of scissors. It is not necessary to use a yarn needle, but you can if you would like. To begin, I will be using the red Peaches and Cream cotton yarn for the first 2 rows. So we will begin with a magic ring. we will grab our yarn and pull it through that loop, and we will chain 1. And we will make 9 single crochets in the ring. I have my 9 single crochets. We will slip stitch join into that first single crochet. I'm going to pull and try to tighten that. We just need to remember that that slip stitch join is right there. So we do not want to mistake that for a chain. And it is up to you how much you close your magic ring for the center. And we will be using the red for the second row. So for row 2, we will chain 5, in the same chain we will make 1 double crochet. So we will yarn over, we will go into that same chain we slip stitched into, we will yarn over and pull our loop through, we will yarn over and pull through 2 loops, we will yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So this will be our first V-stitch, and this chain 5 will count as a stitch. So in each chain we will now make 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, all in the same chain. So in this very next chain that I have here, I will go into that and I will make 1 double crochet, chain 1, and then another double crochet in that same chain. And that is creating our V stitches. We will just repeat this in each chain. And remember that is our slip stitch chain, and we will not be working into that slip stitch chain. Once you complete this pattern all the way around, we will slip stitch join in the third chain of that chain 5, in that third chain. And I have 2 chains left. I have 1 chain left. So we will now count to that third chain and slip stitch join. We will now slip stitch into this first chain 1 space, and I am going to change color to the color white. So I'm going to clip this color and put that yarn to the side. I will grab my white color and I will just pinch. I'm going to yarn over and pull that through that loop. And let's see, for row 3, we will chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. I will now take this red and I will pull that down tight. I'm going to fold these over to the front. More than likely, because of the pattern that we're making, working over these yarn ends probably won't work so well, so we'll probably just have to weave those in later after we're done. So now in this first chain 1 space, we will make, we will make 3 double crochets. That's 1 and 2 and 3. We will repeat 3 double crochets in each chain 1 space. So we will skip over these 2 double crochets, and in this chain 1 space we will make 3 double crochets. And we will repeat this all the way around. just like that. So continue to repeat that in each of these chain one spaces, and I will meet you back at the end. So I'm at the end here. As you see, it's starting to curve, sort of like a bowl, which is good. So now we are going to slip stitch into this chain 3 here. Really want to get under the 2 top V's and above that bottom strand, but either way, as long as you get into that chain, it'll be okay. I'm going to pull that tight, and we will continue with the white, or you can do solids, that's totally up to you. I just chose to do this instead of having just a plain white bikini top. I think these color combinations and the way I'm designing it, I think it will look fantastic. But the next row, for row 4, I will be using the white. We will chain 3, and in the same space here, right below our chain, we are going to make, we're going to make 3 double crochets. So this chain 3 will count as a stitch. So we will go into that space, and we're going to make 3 double crochets. So that would be technically 4 double crochets. Now we're going to yarn over, and we're going to go into this next space here. So in between each granny set, we will be making a 4 double crochet granny set in between each one now. So we're going to go in right here, and we are going to make 4 double crochets. 2, 3, and 4. We're just going to repeat this all the way around. Repeat that in each gap here in between each granny set, and I will meet you back at the end. So now we are ready to do our slip stitch join. So we're going to count 1, 2, and 3, and in that third chain, we are going to slip stitch join. And this is what it looks like so far. So we are going to use the white for one more row. For row 5, we will chain 5, and in this gap here, right here, we are going to make 1 double crochet. For a V-stitch, just like we did before in row 2. So now we are going to split these 4 double crochets, and this counts as that chain 3 counted as a double crochet. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 double crochets. We are now going to go in between the second and third double crochet, and we will make our V-stitch, which will be 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. And then chain 1, and then back in that same space for a double crochet. Then we will go back into this gap for a V-stitch. Now we will go in between that second and third double crochet of those 4 double crochets and make another V-stitch. We will repeat this pattern all the way around. So we'll go into this gap, make a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then we will split this 4 double crochet and make another V-stitch. Continue that on, and I will meet you back at the end. Okay, I've completed all my V-stitches, and in this chain 5 that counts as a stitch, we will now count to our third chain. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and that very first chain's a little hidden. So 1, 2, and 3. Going to that third chain there. And then I'm going to go ahead and go into this V-stitch and make another slip stitch. And now I will be changing my yarn color to blue. We're actually really close to being finished. So I'm going to cut my yarn. Oh, and I did forget to mention that if you do want to make this as a bikini, it would be best if you have a flexible tape measure to measure your bust and your breast all the way around your neck and then around to your other breast. That way we can get a best measurement. If you do not have one, it's okay. You could always make chains and measure that out yourself if you would like. And I mean like foundation chains. I'm sorry, I just remembered that. So we had cut our yarn, and I need my blue. I'm going to go ahead and unravel quite a bit of the blue. So now we will have a total of 3 rows left. And then once we complete our bra cup, all you have to do is just follow the same pattern and make another. And then once we do that, I'll show you what to do to turn it into a bikini. So I have my blue. I'm just going to pinch my work. And let's see, for row 6, we will chain 3. So yarn over and grab that yarn. Pull that through. 1 and 2 and 3. And now we will take that white and we will pull that white real tight. And now in this V-stitch right here, we will now make 3 double crochets in each chain 1 space of each V-stitch. That's 1 and 2 and 3. And then we'll jump right over here to this chain 1 space and make 3 double crochet granny stitch. And we'll do this in each V-stitch. So just continue to do that all the way around in each V-stitch until the very end, and I will meet you back there. Okay, so I am at the end here, and we chained 3, but in this row we're going to slip stitch join in the 4th chain, which is our first double crochet chain. Now row 7, this is row 7, we will chain 2 and let's see, in the same chain we will make 2 half double crochets, chain 1, 2 half double crochets, all in the same chain. So in the same chain here, make 2 half double crochets, chain 1, and 2 half double crochets. Now, in the next 16 chains, we will make 1 half double crochet in each. So we need to count. So here's our next chain. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. And we continue to count and make 1 half double crochet, and once we get to the 16th chain, I will meet you back then. I've reached my 16th chain, so in this very next chain we will make another 2 half double crochet, chain 1, 2 half double crochet. So that's 2 half double crochets, chain 1, and 2 half double crochets. And we will repeat. So we will make 1 half double crochet in the next 16 chains. Just like we did in the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And just repeat that until you reach 16 chains. I've reached my 16th chain, so in that very next chain we will make 2 half double crochets, chain 1, 2 half double crochets. So it's 2 half double crochets, chain 1, and 2 half double crochets. So now we just need to make 1 half double crochet in each chain all the way until the end. I'm at the end, and from this point until the end you should have had 19 half double crochets. So what we will do now is we are going to slip stitch. We are going to slip stitch into the very, so let's see, we got 1, 2, 3. So we chain 2, but we're going to slip stitch in the third chain, which is actually our first half double crochet chain. We're going to slip stitch across. Actually, I need to make that slip stitch. I need to make these slip stitches loose. Sorry. So when we slip stitch join, do not tighten it because we're going to crochet back into that. So just make those loose. And then we're going to slip stitch into that chain 1 gap. And then for row 8, we are going to chain 1. And we're going to turn or work. And we are going to make in the same chain 1 space, we're going to make 2 half double crochet, chain 1, 2 half double crochet. So we're just going to go right into that. That's 1. That's 2. Chain 1. Oops. Almost made a double crochet. It's 1. And then 2. Now, we're going to single crochet in each chain. Each of those, I believe it's 19 chains, all the way until this next chain 1 space. Make 1 single crochet. In each chain. We're going to do that all the way till right here before that chain 1 space. And in this chain 1 space, we're going to make another 2 half double crochet, chain 1, 2 half double crochets. And I will meet you back then. So I've made it till my last single crochet, and in this chain 1 gap, I'm going to make that 2 half double crochet, chain 1, 2 half double crochet. And these are for our ties for the bikini. Now I'm going to slip stitch into this very next chain. I'm going to pull that tight. And now our bikini bra cup is done. So here we go. So I have both of the bra cups done. And like I said, you don't have to change colors if you don't want to. You can do it all in one solid color. I had this vision and this idea, and I wanted to make it different. So what we will do now is, and this is the A cup. So we are going to chain 5, and then we are going to slip stitch into, so we'll cut our yarn, then we'll rejoin, and we will chain 5, and we will slip stitch into this chain 1 space right here. So it'll be a part about like that. And then once we do that, we will measure. I will explain to you how to do the measurements for your bust and for the strap around your neck. Also, if you feel like this pattern is a little too big for you, then I would do what I suggested earlier in the video, to use a 3.25 or a 3.5 for an X small. So what we will do now is we're going to flip this over. I'm going to flip this over like this. I'm going to cut this yarn. Let's see. I'm just going to go ahead and just pull this, and we'll weave this in. And we'll end up weaving this in later after we're done. So now what we will do is, in this chain 1 space right here, with it right side facing down, and I'm going to use the blue. I'm going to pinch, and I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to make a chain. Let me see. Actually, no, I apologize. We need this facing out. I apologize. We need to join on the opposite end. That's right. I get confused like that sometimes. All right. We need to join right here. So this has to be right side facing down, and this has to be right side facing up. So we'll pinch, we'll yarn over, we'll pull that through, and we'll chain 1. And what we'll do is we will tie these 2 strands in a knot. can tie it once if you want. Keep your hook in that loop because it's going to tighten that. So you can double tie it if you want, or just tie it once. But it will be on the inside. Now, we will chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, let's see. So we need this bra cup. Hold on, give me 1 second to make sure I do this right. Okay, this is how I needed to do it. So our bra cup's like this. We need to flip it. And now we need to insert our hook into this chain 1 space. Pull that yarn tail tight. And you are going to grab that through and you're going to slip stitch it. Just like that. And now we will cut this yarn. And I suggest this all the time. Anytime you make something with crochet, if you know that it fits absolutely perfect, or you know that it's perfect for you, grab a sewing needle and thread and add a few stitches into the joins so that it doesn't come apart while you're wearing it, or it doesn't come apart after you wash it. And in this case, I would definitely do that right here. And even though we knotted that, well, that knot's probably pretty good, but still maybe right there. So we slip stitched, and we're just going to grab that yarn tail and we are going to pull it through that loop for a bind off. And then we're just going to pull and tighten to bind that off. And there we go. So when we flip this, our chains are in the front. Just get a better look at that. So there's our and that's for the middle part of the bikini. And these yarn ends we are going to hide in our work. It is looking really good so far, isn't it? I'm really, really liking this. I had a really good feeling that this was going to look very, very neat. So now, what I would like to do is on this side, for the strap here going around your back and the strap here around your neck, I'm personally going to use one blue, one red, or actually, yeah, maybe blue here and red here for the strap, just for like a contrast. I think that would look really neat. And then on this side, maybe white here and red here. I think that would look very, very neat. So now, the next step that we need to do, take your tape measure or your ruler. And we're going to measure across from one point to the next. So this says 13. It says 13 inches. Okay. Now, take your tape measure, and I want you to measure all the way around your bust, under your breast, just like if it was a bra line or a bikini line. So go ahead and do that and add 13 inches to that number. And that is going to be the length that we will need for our back straps. So you'll take the number all the way around, so you'll measure all the way around your bust, your bra line. Okay, add 13 to that, and then divide that number. So after you divide that number will be the length of chain for this side and for this side. And that will give you enough tie to wrap around your bra line and to tie it into a bow tie. So we will go ahead and do that now. And then I will meet you back, and then I will tell you how to figure out the measurements to go around your neck. So I went ahead and hold on. I'm sorry about that. I just realized that the video camera was turning the video, so I had to fix that. So I went ahead and I just chained out about 24 inches worth of strand, and these are all just regular chains. So I'm going to take my hook and I'm going to go into that very last, that outside chain one. And then I just pulled the slip stitch like that. That way, when you're wearing it, the outside, the chain will be on the outside. And now I will cut this yarn. And I will grab that yarn tail and I will pull it through that. And as you see, when you wear this, you want that chain on the outside. I don't know. I think it looks better. That's just me. It doesn't really matter, actually. It's totally up to you what you want to do. I just really like the look of the V chains. And so we're going to do the same thing. And actually 24 inches might be a little bit long, but hey, I just want to make sure that it would fit in a cup. And we're going to do the same thing. So I'm trying to decide if I want to use the same blue and then just use red here, which I think I might do. So I'm just going to chain another chain identical to that chain, to that number of chains that I just chained. So it's completely even. And then I'll meet you back and we'll join here too. So I counted my chains. I actually have 98 chains, and I made sure I kind of did them a little tight. So I did them as small chains. So now we want to do the same thing with the front facing out. I'm going to go into that chain, and then I'm going to slip stitch that through. And I'm going to cut this. I know it looks like quite a bit of strands, but it'll be okay. Now we're going to pull that through that last loop to bind that off, tighten that up real good. And there we go. So then we got our chains, our V chains on the sides here. And remember, here in just a little bit, we'll hide all these yarn ends. So we have our bikini straps to tie around our sides. Okay, so now for our bikini strap to go around our neck and tie in the back of our neck, we want to take, so you want to take the beginning of your measuring tape and go to the bottom of your breast, and I want you to go across your neck and say, let's just picture this is your neck, and I want you to go all the way down to the bottom of your breast, and I want you to take that measurement and add 13 to that, and then divide that number, and that number will be the length of each chain that you have from here and here. Okay, and I'm going to do red here and white here, and I will meet you all back in a few moments. And I'm just going to go ahead and make a 20-inch strand in red and a 20-inch strand in white, but I want to match up the chains equally. I went ahead and chained 84 chains pretty tightly too with this same size hook. So I'm going to want to do the same thing. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm just going to grab it and actually, hold on, that would have turned the chain backwards. Hold on. There we go. And then do just like that. That way our chains will be in the front. Cut. And then just grab that yarn tail, pull it through that loop. I want you to pull that tight. And then we will hide that in the back. And there's the front of our chains. And you want to make, excuse me, you want to make an identical chain. Oops. For this side, and I'm going to do that in red. So I'm going to chain 84. I'm going to do the same exact thing, and we are almost done. And we will do the same thing, guys. So we'll go into, insert our hook into that chain. No, hold on. I need to. There we go. Pull that through and then clip that, And we are done. Now all we have to do is just weave in our yarn ends and hide them on the inside of our work. All right, it is done. Oh my goodness, this looks very good. Very, very, very good. I am so glad. I'm really glad I did it in these colors. I had a really good feeling that this was going to turn out great. So let's just imagine if we hide those, right? Just imagine that's the neck. Like that. Imagine that's weaved in the back there. Imagine that's weaved in the back there. And that too. Look at that. Just imagine all those hidden. Look at that. And then that's the tie for the back. Look at that. I love it. I absolutely love this. Wow, this turned out a lot better than I even pictured. So that's all we have to do now. That's all you have to do. And what I like to do is when I weave in my yarn ends, I always weave them in on the inside, okay, where they won't be seen. But I like to use a smaller hook. So I used a size 4. So, here, actually, I got my, I need a small. That might be too small. Oh yeah, 1.4, 1 point. I guess I'll use this 1.65. So, that's all we need to do now. That's all we need to do. Is we need to hide these all on the inside. And the good thing about this thick cotton thread is you can just, it's like 4-ply, I think. 3-ply or 4-ply, which means this one strand is made up of 3 strands. So what you can do is you can break through these threads. So I just broke through, I don't know, 3 or 4 threads right there on the inside. And see, it's not seen on the outside, but it's in those threads. You see? So that's all you gotta do. See, just break through those threads and pull it through. Make sure the strand fits you first really well before you sew it. You might want to make it longer, or you might want to make it shorter. This is easy to take apart without cutting it, and then you can just unravel your chain and make a new chain. So just weave in your yarn ends through these threads. Just break through these threads, and that way it'll totally be unseen, but it'll be so intertwined that it won't come apart. So I'll show you the outside. See? Totally unseen. And that's all you got to do. That's all you got to do, folks. Okay. Thank you all so much for watching my video. I know you all are going to love this. I know it. I know it. I know it. And I can't wait. I can't wait to upload it. It may take a few hours, but it will be uploaded today. So just remember, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I make lots of really nice, unique stuff constantly. I'm constantly designing and making stuff. And if you can please like. That way others will watch it too. And the next video, I will be showing how to make this in a B cup size. But thank you all for watching and joining me. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.